just another documentation how poisoned our skies are becoming. Well, I shouldn't say becoming. It's been this way for a while. This isn't good. They're not saving the planet with this. They're killing everybody. Controlling weather. There's patents, hundreds of patents for weather modification, cyclone manipulation, rainmakers. Back in 1893, I believe it was, the first patent for a rainmaker. And that rainmaker involved seeding the sky with gas and basically taking a hot air balloon and setting off a charge when that water cloud moved over to the region they wanted to, or they needed it to be. I believe that back then it may have been a good, they claimed they were going to use it for drought prevention, be able to grow crops out in drier land, and I believe that's possible back then. But over the years, we've developed more and more techniques and tools to control the weather. You look at these hurricanes. How can you have a hurricane sit over fucking Texas for 5 days and not move? Everything else around it's moving. You got a NASA fucking I'll have to look it up, I forgot the name of it, but there's a freaking, during Hurricane Harvey, NASA was completing their test the next state over, which they claimed it was going to be a rocket to get to Mars. That's what they're developing. And testing this rocket, they use hydrogen and oxygen as fuel. And what that does, this rocket, this jet is, I believe, about 40, 50 feet tall, something like that. It's massive. They use that jet, they're testing it, so to speak. It fills the sky with what happens when you mix hydrogen and oxygen at a high temperature. It creates water. At such a fine rate, it just becomes a cloud. You can look this shit up. BBC did a study on it. They had to move people out of the fucking town for like 20 square miles, 20 square acres, all the way around that spot. They had to move people out of the town. And they basically said, we'll either give you some money, you can get out of here, or you can sit and deal with it. So the guy doing the BBC study, he had 2 sets of earmuffs on, and he still was hard of hearing, or it hurt his ears at, I believe, 500 feet away from this thing. And it dumps within minutes. Boom, it's raining. So why the fuck, when Hurricane Harvey has paused over Houston, why would they conclude their test on that day, on the first day that it was sitting there? August 29th, 2017. Look it up. I brought this shit up a long time when it happened. I had seen this shit that they were concluding their test on that rocket. It makes no sense. They know it's gonna fucking make it rain, and you can see this cloud from satellite images. That's how big this cloud gets. Just don't be fooled, people. Research shit. Don't buy the narrative, because nobody gives a shit. The Corporation of America, the president, the politicians, 99% of them don't give a shit about you or I. So we need to do something on our own. Thank you. Have a wonderful day.